Yo, it's your boy Tosh Sharp from the One with High Class Hoodlums, and you now in tune to another episode of Not Your Average Fan. You feel me? Hey, you say what's good, my boy?
What's good? It's Champion Stax in the cut, working hard to make it work.
And we got a special guest today, you feel what I'm saying? Got the homie in the building for another episode. We had to get deeper in talks, you feel what I'm saying, on that spiritual, on that real good relationship talk between man and woman. You feel me? We got Knotty in the building.
What's up? First off, while you were doing the introduction, I had to add in there the good talks, a lot of head bumping. So you one of the only people that I can go hours and hours with, but you still get on my damn nerves.
Look, bro, I'll be just being honest with you. What you want me to do? I'm just gonna be honest with you. You feel what I'm saying?
This gonna be good. Happy to be here.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna get straight to the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause you sent me a DM the other day, and then I sent you some shit back. You feel what I'm saying? And what's the word that we were using? Toxic is now the new word that everybody let it use.
Femininity.
Feel me? I never really heard of this. You feel what I'm saying? People don't usually bring this up in conversation. So I want you kind of to speak on it first before we get into the actual conversation of it.
Okay, so you know how we all have masculine and feminine qualities, whatever the case may be. So I feel like a lot of times when we have conversations about dynamics or men and women, does it need to be closer? Dynamics with men and women, we're always so focused on like the toxic traits of men that we don't ever really talk about the toxic traits of women that come more so like in a more subtle way. Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's so normalized that a lot of times we see it as who a woman is, or that's just the way that it is when it comes to like the makeup of what a woman is, right? That a lot of times we don't even see it as toxic traits. So they go kind of like undetected.
Preach.
In a sense. Don't get me wrong, ladies. This is not to like throw us under the bus, but the only way that we can come up with solutions as to how to bring more balance when it comes to dynamics is to be accountable for yourself as well. So
most definitely.
That's the whole point of this podcast episode.
Got you. So what are some toxic traits that you see that you know, as a woman do, or that other women that you be around do? You feel what I'm saying? So that way they can kind of understand what you're saying.
I feel like a toxic trait that I have, and a lot of our toxic traits, we can find so many reasons to justify, right? But one of my main toxic traits is literally feeling as though subconsciously, confession, like most times I don't feel safe within masculine energy. So like I will probably show up in the situation leaning a little towards my masculine as like a subtle subconscious like
Very
guard,
aggressive?
or like coming off a little more aggressive just to kind of either protect myself or push people away from me in a sense, just because that's what makes me feel in control or safe most times, depending on the situation. Off rip, like first impressions, at least energetically, you know how like a lot of times you don't even have to say words and you just feel somebody's vibe or energy. If I feel like it's not something where I should be around, or I feel safe, or I feel like I gotta stay on my P's and Q's around you, I just will present that energy of like, don't fuck with me and leave me alone. And I think a lot of times what it is to be a woman, because we all have the masculine and feminine traits, both have like light and shadow. So the shadow aspect, no, actually what I meant to say, the light aspect of being feminine is to literally be able to be receptive and to like create safe spaces and to hold space for people and to hold space for ourselves, to have that compassion and like healing quality to it. So when you're on the opposite side of the spectrum, it's not fertile soil for you to even come together to even create something.
See, right there, that's a bar right there. You know what I'm saying? Don DeMarco, you feel what I'm saying? When you just did all that.
So you gonna feel like, all right, what's up? Or you're gonna feel the other side of like, stay the fuck away, leave me the fuck alone, back the fuck up. So
what about like mental manipulation?
Mental manipulation when it comes to
Because I feel like that's a very woman trait. I know men do manipulate women in ways, but I feel like women, that's like one of the main things that they're able to do to a man.
So a lot of times, like the shadow aspect of like toxic femininity, a lot of times it's to play off of like being the victim, or to play off of it's more so like victim things, to make somebody feel mad, or not to make somebody feel mad, to make somebody feel bad or guilty about something. So it's kind of like their own form of mental manipulation to gain control by being the victim in the situation.
So have you ever, been a very, mentally manipulating?
He really wants to know what I do.
I'm just asking so they can get examples.
These days, I'm trying not to even be active when it comes to dealing with people, but I'm pretty sure, I've done that before, of course. But then at the same time, it's like it's a vicious cycle when it's always gonna eventually come back to bite you in the ass. So that's the point where you have to be self-accountable, where it's like, okay, what energy am I putting out there to keep attracting the shit that I'm not even trying to attract? So it's kind of like having to do your part to be able to practice what you preach, or not put out the energy where it's like, I'm being toxic, so it's only right for me to attract toxic.
Got you. So there's a video I sent you, right? And it was this young lady basically speaking on how when men bring up what their mother went through, or how they seen certain women struggle during their life, to women that they're trying to make this superhero figure, but in reality, their mother or that person they're speaking of is a victim of certain things, of not having a man, and not the person that they are choosing to sleep with being the right person, etc., etc. And my thing is, I think when men bring things like that up, we're just telling you at that moment to stop complaining, because we've seen somebody go through something way worse, or in a different situation where you now trying to make your situation deeper than what it is. And we're trying to give you some type of clarity on, yo, I see my mom work 3 jobs. I see my mother have to go through this. She got to take care of 5 kids off this one check, and she's able to make it do. And you complaining about something so, I would say, small. You feel what I'm saying? So that's when I feel like it's brought up. And I feel like when we bring up anything that bring clarity to a situation, we think for it get it reversed on us to make us feel like we're the ones making it a victim type of thing.
So I feel like, first off, when it comes to like even men having to have such a like to try to give advice that's so heavy as to how it should be, how it shouldn't be, is almost one of those things where we talked about. It's like, how can you put yourself in somebody's shoes when you've never been in their shoes? You know, it's completely different dynamic. So I feel like to a certain extent, the gaslighting is something that's so prevalent within, you know, just history when it comes to like our families, whatever the case may be, or you know, making us feel like we're overreacting or being over emotional. So like the gaslighting aspect is a real prevalent thing that we got to kind of like work out and balance out. But at the same time, I've seen a lot of memes and stuff surfacing that kind of has a theme of like, yeah, it's cool to be a strong woman, but that doesn't mean that it's hard, or like it's not heavy, or I don't want to be the strong woman anymore. Like, that's not what I want to be. I want to be able to have that soft life where I'm safe in my femininity and I can be a woman and not always have to be the man and the woman, or like to carry so much. And I think a part of
why would you have to feel like you need to be the man? Like, what does that mean?
Because, all right, so if you come from a place where most women don't feel safe in masculine energy, what they'll do is try to embody the characteristics that are needed to get that type of balance and stability. Because it's like, all right, if you want to go traditional, men are supposed to bring stability and protection, but if you don't have that, or you're so used to having the opposite from men, then you have to find a way to create your own stability and safety within yourself. And sometimes it's going to come off combative to other men, because it's just like, show me and prove to me that I can kind of relax and sit in my feminine and not feel like I constantly got to be on guard with you and everybody else in the world. I got my cubs and myself to protect. So it's like, you come that harder when you have shit to lose and you've been put in positions where you don't necessarily feel like you're safe and you got it in the energy or the space of a man.
So that comes to the next point I'm trying to even speak about, is accountability. So my thing is, a lot of times when we have these conversations as men and women, a lot of times when I speak to women or I'm involved with a woman, she keeps bringing up these stories and these crazy things that happen with these boys, and I'm looking at her as if you chose and picked him. Like, your DM is 1,000 niggas, and you chose the same 5 type of dudes that are doing the same 5 type of things, and you picked over all these good brothers that was trying to show you or pick, you know what I'm saying? Like, you saw something good in him. He's solid. He was gonna be the one for you. You know what I'm saying? You asked for this. You was like, yo, I need one that's like this and that. You said, nah, I ain't with that. I want him right there. And this is the worst choice. But you picked him and then went through hell with him, stayed with him, when the dude that's really the one for you has been in your corner, been trying to holler at you, been trying to do all these things that you asking this man to do. But you don't want him. You want him. And then by the time you try to go back, the old boy is a done deal. You know what I'm saying?
I like to compare it to food. It take a strong person to go to a restaurant and order something healthy off the menu. You know what I'm saying?
Like, fact.
Usually you just
You want the bullshit.
You know what's good for you, but you ordering what looks good.
It's discipline.
You know what I'm saying? Now when your plate come and your girl start picking off your shit, you like, yo, bro, like you saw what you could have had. You know what I'm saying?
You usually order with your eyes, not your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there you go.
We gotta balance that out.
But that's a very big case, because a lot of times too is the accountability part too is like, oh, I got a deadbeat, this and that, but you got pregnant and was pregnant longer than you knew the dude.
So here's the thing. So like even the question before, where I feel like I didn't get to reach the ending point of that or whatever, because it's kind of like a lot of the things that we do today is because we've kind of conformed to, this is what the situation is. These are what the dynamics are. This is what it is to be a man. This is what it is to be a woman. And they're all like coming from a very toxic place, from ego-driven places based off fear, codependency, not wanting to be alone. So if like all of that is a driving factor, you're always going to be in lose-lose situations to begin with. But like a lot of times, I posted something the other day that spoke on the fact where if a parent doesn't do their own healing or clears their own karma, your child will be forced to do so. So a lot of the times we're making decisions based off of what we saw growing up as what love is when it comes to our parents, or like the love dynamics that we seen growing up. We're not going to be making decisions based on what's best for us because we never saw that.
But then I feel like it depends on the person.
Well, because there's some people who are going to learn from other people's mistakes, but a lot more people, like we said, how we're living in a world full of like sheep and robot. If you're 9 times out of 10 conform to, this is what it is, so this is my programming, basically.
Gotcha.
A lot of people are literally just functioning within a specific programming that they're not even like thinking for themselves anymore.
Yeah. They're just comfortable with what they were taught.
Exactly. And then you wonder why you're repeating the same patterns. Like,
yeah.
And I feel like this though. I feel like you are able to break patterns and make different decisions on the way that you adjust to situations. Mm-hmm. So me personally, like I say like this, like I see my grandparents be married 50-something years, right? Mm-hmm. Not knowing that they had plenty of hard days, plenty of times and years where they had to, you know what I'm saying, go through what they had to go through. But from my 19 years of knowing them, you feel what I'm saying, till they was gone, is my grandmother was this wife, mm-hmm. and my grandfather was this husband. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So me growing up, that's the dynamic I seen. But my parents had a totally different dynamic. You feel mm-hmm. what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And the weird thing is, I was blessed to have, I say, 2 sets of parents because I'm adopted. So, mm-hmm. boom, I have 2 crackhead parents that was able to stay together for 14, 15 years and have 7 kids. You feel what I'm saying? Well, 7 kids together. They have other kids outside of themselves, but they had 7 kids together for this many years, back to back, all these things like that. And I'm like, yo, how could they even stay together? But then if you ever really see crackhead couples, they be in love so real and it's so deep, like intense. Through it all. And they put each other through hell. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand. I'm born from that type of love and pain.
So I have a question though. Do you feel like at least the people in your family, were they genuinely happy in these relationships though?
So I'll put it like this. So my mother and my father that I grew up with, you feel what I'm saying? They never got married, but they've been together 19 years, right? Mm-hmm. And they couldn't be together, so they separated. But when they with each other, that's the happiest I've seen either of them ever in my life. Okay. Only when they're together. It gets toxic after a while, but that first day or two together, I've never seen them smile, laugh, or be happy like that ever. Like, the joy in my mother's face when my father come around is like a different type of like, seeing your mother in love is beautiful. You feel what I'm saying? Like that smile, that genuine like, I'm in love with him. And that genuine, like hearing my father talk about how much he loved my mother, how much she mean to him. Even though he can't be here. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody don't even see that.
You know what I'm saying? But just hearing his voice and how she make him feel, that make me like, all right, you feel what I'm saying? I want to experience that in life. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Where a woman make me feel that type of warmth in my body. Even if I can't be with her. Because she got her own situations and problems. I got my own situation and problems. And we just can't make it work. But the love that I have for this woman and what she's done for me, yes, in my feelings, is great. So I feel like I was able to see a broken love. And then I was able to see a toxic love. And I was able to see real love. You feel what I'm saying? So, in my point of views and things like that, it's a choice I have to make because I could go follow any of these steps.
Through your experience, though, at least you know you have those options.
Yeah, that's what I mean by that, saying that, like, my version of love could be totally different than those 3, or it could be one of those 3. So, I feel like as a person, you got to make your choice on what you want.
Yeah, realistically today, since life is already so hard living on your own, a lot of these relationships are based off of one, it's apparent that people kind of put more weight on loyalty versus actual love and respect. Because you'll see people who have been together for years, have been cheating on each other, going crazy, but it's like, but I'm going to stick beside them. You know, there's a lot of those relationships. And then there's people who are codependent on different levels, depending on, I don't want to be alone, or I can't pay these bills by myself, or I live an easier life and it's more comfortable with you around. Like, just depend. A lot of our relationships are more so based off of that rather than actually even remotely being compatible or in love or genuinely into each other.
But then what's the point of choosing that person and being with that person? Like, why are you even indulging into that conversation?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of that in these streets.
I'm being honest. I'm just saying.
But they have to be real with themselves.
That's what I mean, accountability.
Yeah, you gotta be real with yourself.
How could you complain about what you've been through if you chose to be there?
A lot of people, though, especially if you came from toxic relationships, a lot of people don't believe that real love actually exists. Even if they want to repost memes and stuff and just dream and fantasize about it, subconsciously, most people don't believe that shit is out there because you just don't see it often.
But I think that,
or like maybe I'm not worthy of even getting that type of love. It's not for me. I probably won't get it, but.
But my thing is, I think it's just the version of what you want. What is love to you? You feel what I'm saying? What is that love gonna mean to you? Cause,
subjective.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you got to be on the same page with the other person when it comes to that.
But I feel like we in a type of era where you don't want to go through real love. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like I told everybody, I've been married before, basically, and then been divorced. So I know what we've been through so much shit that I know what it's gonna take to be in a real relationship. You gonna have dark days and great days. But I feel like people get one dark day and be ready to skip town.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a dark day and you ready to leave. Like, what the fuck? You ain't really trying to be in no real love. Like, love ain't perfect. Love ain't beautiful as you want it to be. You feel what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of rainy days. But I feel like everybody kind of brainwashed to this internet shit where, oh, he got to do this. He got to do that. Or she got to do this. She got to do that. But then, like, my thing is, too, that I don't like is that when a woman could tell a man every day on the internet or even in real life what she needs from a man, what she wants, and then the minute a man tells you what he wants in a woman, oh, why do you think you should have a woman like that? Why you think women are supposed to be doing this for you, doing this for that? But that's the type of woman he wants. What's wrong with him giving you the exact option? Of what
something's got to give. I feel like, ladies, we have to be a lot better, actually, when it comes to just like, yo, put your projection and your wants and expectations aside and get to know men for who they really are, because that's starting to create a toxic dynamic where men feel like, well, it's a norm. Like, you know, we got a lot of women because you know they can't handle the truth. I'm tired. I would much rather show me who you are, exactly who you are and where you are in your life so that you can give me a fair chance to even be able to tell, like, okay, what's your purpose in my life? And that's another thing. A lot of times we go into relationships thinking like, oh, I'm attracted to you. I want you. Now I'm codependent and I want you to myself. Like, you're my property. To me, the way that I see it, and somebody, you kind of like help me view it this way, is like you go through life and as you go along your journey, you're a frog going from one lily pad to another. A lot of times you meet somebody and they're a soulmate, but they're not meant to fucking stay. They don't owe you shit. Maybe they were just meant to trigger something in you so that you can realize, yeah, you've been avoiding this, work on it, or to plant a seed or to help you in some way, shape, or form. But a lot of times we just want something to so desperately latch onto that it's like, it's an ego trip. Once again, we're constantly finding our ways into these ego trips because we don't feel worthy of literally having healthy relationships, and we just want to kind of like project shit onto other people and things to just find ways to ego boost ourselves or make us feel better. I can get this type of girl. I can get this type of man. I can fuck this many bitches. I make this much money. What do you got to bring to the table? Like, everything is like a selfish, kind of self-serving, kind of transactional kind of thing with each other now. So at this point, I'm tired. I'm motherfucking tired.
But next step to me is like on accountability and different things is how open women are to other women about what men don't do and what men this and that when they bashing men. But when it comes to being in an actual relationship with the man, why are you guys, I would say, is not honest enough? Like, you don't tell a man when. All right, so boom. The big topic is, DJ Envy and his wife were on their show or whatever, and she went and I guess blurted out their business. You feel what I'm saying? Saying that she's faked all these orgasms and this and that. Now she's married to this man. You feel what I'm saying?
She was on some Jada shit. Oh.
Yeah, I'm saying like I feel like that's just you don't tell the world or shit.
I don't agree with that at all.
But I'm saying is why that the big conversation was around it was women were saying that like, oh, I'm going through this with my man, and then me messing with women, they always tell me like, "Oh no, I never had this happen before. I never did that." And I'm like, "Yo, you had a boyfriend for like 8 years. Why you ain't tell him what was up? Like now you didn't know what I'm saying, came over here, now you acting crazy and shit."
I really don't know the situation, so I don't really want to like stamp too much of like.
No, I'm just saying basic off this conversation is why do women will fake something with the man all these years without just being honest with him. Like if his jokes ain't funny. I know you want to laugh to make him feel good, but just tell nigga he ain't funny.
So this is another part of the reason why there's toxic femininity, and we've gone to a point where it's like this is the way that things were, and a major part that a lot of us are trying to break, especially as women, like when it comes to like breaking generational curses and kind of like creating your own narrative as to who you want to be as a woman. A lot of people have this idea that to be a woman is to be self-sacrificing. So that's the part that is like, all right, so if men are going to cheat anyway, and if money is all you're bringing to the table, then let me make sure I put myself in a position to be able to kick my motherfucking feet up and get my own advantages out of it. So it's like I said, if both people are being ego-driven and showing up into the relationship out of fear, scarcity, self-sacrifice, all of the negative, low vibrational shit, then that's how we end up in these toxic situations. So it's like, who's gonna start it off? Somebody has to have some type of at least self-accountability to be able to balance out the scales. If not, you're just gonna be dragged into some toxic
So bullshit. Are you honest with men that you
Yes,
with?
that's the problem. My problem is being able to come like together with people and then be transparent with me. I've been in situations where like people would see me and probably like feed the illusion of like, yeah, I'm being real. But like a lot of times like men want to be able to put themselves in a position where they can get their benefits and I can do these things, but you can't. You're mine. So it's like a lot of times where like I hear this all the time where it's like after the fact, after you done fucked up and I caught you in a lie, it's like, well, you know, you can't be real with women. It's like, well, you kind of lost your chance at even seeing if I was a different case because I'm really big on deception. So it's like that's one and done deal breaker.
Damn, you just out there
one and done deal breaker because once I feel like you can't be real with me, that's just who you are. I'm not in the business to try to fix and heal nobody. Like you're showing me who you are. Like you didn't even give me the chance to even.
But that's just they trauma, like you were saying.
Okay, great. Well, look, nice knowing you. And maybe me even setting those boundaries, because remember what we're trying to break. We're trying to make sure we know how to set boundaries now. We know how to speak our mind now. We're getting to the point where we can actually speak up about what we want, because before, like I said, to be a woman is to be self-sacrificing. So a lot of times it's like a lot of women feel like I'm just here to be somebody's wife and have somebody's kids. Like that's my sole purpose as a woman. So it's kind of like before you felt like you needed to basically be a robot. As long as I'm cooking, feeding him, cleaning, like they don't even see a life outside of that, or like even are tapped in with. That's a whole nother conversation. I'm not even about to go down that route. But
you about to get deep on me.
Yeah, nah. People's gonna want to tussle with me on that one. But yeah, we're just subconsciously and like society, we're like mentally raped and fucked. We're so deep in the damn quicksand of illusions that like it's hard to pinpoint where to start when it comes to trying to turn this shit around.
So I mean, like, men can't even have fun when they be with women sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your girl here, you having fun, now shit gotta stop. What's up with that type of shit? You feel what I'm saying? Like, you gotta tell the fun to stop on the phone. Like, yo, she calling. Don't act like we doing too much.
Listen, women gotta let you be you, and then at the same time, men, it's kind of like we can feel the energy switch when you're doing something where it's like you don't act like that on a regular. Oh, you don't even wear jeans. You wearing jeans tonight, and you got a fresh. Where are you going?
Like now I'm saying, like, now we can't even enjoy ourselves. What's up with that?
Because sometimes you can read the cues sometimes, and it gets sticky because it depends on the people. It depends on the people.
Nah, but this is like a regular woman thing.
I don't want to speak on other women and what they do. Because
I'm saying is, look, I know about. I got a good 16 real friends that's like really my friends, and as men, all of us have been in relationships. I've had girlfriends, wives, fiancés, and we know when we say we about to go somewhere, we might gotta lie just so we all could go to the same spot. You can't post, because if she see you posting that we having too much fun, she gonna call. And if she call, she gonna call her, and she gonna call him.
You gotta sneak around like you're cheating.
Yeah, you feel me? And you're not even doing that, but just going to the club or going to watch the game.
I'm not saying that's not valid. I'm just saying that the times that I've been in positions where it's like, what's going on? Something ain't right. Something wasn't right.
Damn. So now
So
we
it's
gotta
like it depends
reliving-
on the situation. What I'm
reliving off
saying,
the trauma of your past now.
I'm just saying, like I can't
Because
really
the
put
last nigga
myself in
cheated
that.
when he ain't answered the phone at, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Damn. So now
No,
I
I'm
gotta-
not, no. I'm not saying that I'm holding that against you. I'm just saying, okay, like if I come together with somebody new after being through what I went through or whatever, I don't mind telling you what my traumas are, what my issues are, what type of space and like how I need you to support me if we really gonna come together, and how I could do the same thing for you, because I feel like it should always be a mutual thing.
Gotcha.
I'm always gonna find a way to reciprocate and add value when I'm dealing with you. So I expect the same from you, because once again, we're not self-sacrificing and getting the short end of the stick. But like at the same time,
But
if I
that's
tell you I've been through something, why would you be a fucking carbon copy of the shit that I've been through? That's the problem. It's like if it's gonna be that, then
What I'm saying is too, you gotta understand that I'm so conditioned to. I have to. I know I
Yeah, you
can't
have
say
to lie.
Yeah, I have to. Off rip. Like yo, like if I me and my man, that's how you say me and Sal about to go out, right? But I know you be acting funny, like you know what I'm saying. If I'm about to go out and do all
you
that,
can't put me in a situation.
No, I'm gonna put it like this.
Because I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt till you drop the ball.
Nah, I'm got you. I'm gonna put it like this.
Yeah.
I know my last girlfriend. You feel what I'm saying? She ain't really like when me and Sal went out because she don't know. She might think Sal be doing bullshit.
Which I was thrifting.
That's what I'm saying. Yo,
I'm gonna
look.
keep it a buck my whole life. For some reason, I don't know if people lied on my name or whatever. But yo, like anytime people came here, their girls used to think the worst.
Really?
I don't know
Damn.
what they used to think my house was like the Playboy Mansion.
This
or something,
doesn't
bro.
seem like.
For some reason, when people said they was at my house, boom, automatically like,
Yo, you
What's
want some
going on?
bullshit?
I'm
yeah,
pulling
like
up.
craziness. And I was like, what the fuck do they think go on here, bro? And that went on for a long time.
Yeah, that's not.
I'm just saying, if I'm used to it, my last girl, right? She, if I'm going out, I say I'm at Sal's crib. She mad at me like, yo, you at Sal's crib? What the fuck y'all doing over there? Yo, we just in the studio chilling, da 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 da. Now, she doing pull-ups. She calling. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't answer because we in the studio. We recording right now. You feel what I'm saying? Now she getting tight. But now we break up this and that. What you think I'm gonna think about the next girl? Like you telling me you all this and that. A lot of people say a lot of shit until the situation come. Then they act exactly the same as the last person.
Somebody gotta be the bigger person.
But I feel
we,
like
we could go back and forth about this shit all day. Two people need to come together and be the bigger, better person. But I'm just saying, at one point, because there's always gonna be the pros and cons on both sides. We could do this
fact.
shit all day long. Like,
there's a lot of pros and cons.
yeah, we could go about this shit all day long, which is kind of like damn near draining. Can we get it together, y'all? Please.
Facts.
Could we pick a starting point?
What is the starting point, you think?
Yeah. It's just a self accountability first, because you can't expect nobody else to bring nothing to the table that you don't already bring for yourself.
So are you one of these females?
Why are your questions geared to are you? Can we just?
I'm speaking to you, Knotty, because you were speaking for the ladies.
You know I don't like that because we won't be asking you enough questions. And
Look,
stuff.
what you want to ask? I'll answer for you. You feel what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
Because I would just want to get to it.
Next podcast, we gonna focus on the guys. Go ahead.
Male toxic.
Man, where we got you. You feel what I'm saying?
We just tired of talking about it, so we just wanted to shift the perspective a little bit.
Nah, but I'm saying this is my last one on actual females and different things that they bring to the table. So my thing is this: I feel like men sacrifice all the time without even having to say anything. Like me personally, I feel like
Silent sacrifice.
Yes, I feel like all the men that I know that are in relationships, we sacrifice mad shit that we never bring up to women. Like we never throw it in your face. We'll never say what we're doing. You feel what I'm saying? But we'll sacrifice a whole bunch of shit just to make sure you happy. Like they say, happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying?
That's a little toxic femininity.
But that's real shit. Like I done always been the youngest dude at every job I've had, and every man that I've met is miserable in a marriage. You feel what I'm saying? But they are happy.
He was
miserable.
just arguing with me talking about
I ain't finished my
everybody
sentence.
not miserable. Yes,
I'm gonna finish my sentence.
Go ahead.
They are happy miserable. Like they love their wife, but they also hate being married. You feel what I'm saying? So they happy because they got their kids, they got their wife, they going home, they got lunch every day made when they come to work. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, my wife just cooking some banging food, but you want a plate? You know what I'm saying, like that? Or she gonna make sure the house look good. She's doing all this and that. But I'm killing myself to keep her happy, keep the kids doing what they doing, and ain't nobody really caring about me. But you go ask his wife the same questions. She's saying, oh, well, I'm doing mad, sacrificing and doing mad shit for him just so he could make sure he good when he come in the house. But they on two different perspectives in head, because when you talk to a wife, you feel what I'm saying, these females at the job, they saying how they hate their fucking husband. But they love him. They can't wait till the kids get to college and this might be over with. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is, why is it that people are these relationships are built like that to where men feel like they're sacrificing silently and women are sacrificing loudly. But we only hear about the women's sacrifices. Men never throw it in the face because I feel like even in my relationships, I've always sacrificed more. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But that's just me being, this is what men do. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to go through this because this is what the fuck we supposed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to take this L, but it's not really an L because this is just what the way life is with it.
It's a part of like toxic gender norms. Like, as a man, I'm not supposed to express myself. Like, we're getting to a place where
niggas express themselves now.
No, yeah, we're getting to a place where people can't. It's still like the privilege is a little outweighed. Still,
you can't. Well, no female wants a nigga that's gonna be complaining. That's not. I don't think that.
But there's a difference between complaining and being able to express yourself. So now I feel like a big part of
that's a slim line right there. Slim line. Complaining and expressing yourself
it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to be able to discern like what that even looks like. But I feel like a lot of times, remember how we said that men and women have like different ideals as at least to what relationships look like, because we all have different ideals as to what even success looks like. So now that we're putting those two things together, it's almost as like, the same way, at least for when it comes to like planning a wedding, how you hear a lot about like bridezillas. It's like things have to be a certain way. Things have to be a certain way. Like relationships and love have become like a box to check, just to make sure that by a certain age or like at a certain point you fulfilled that and you've checked that box off. And I feel like we don't really come together in relationships in a sense where it's like, okay, how can the both of us come together to be able to support one another individually and together? And I feel like a big thing that we all need to do a little more, where I really don't see too many people doing this, is like, all right, let's say we come together in a relationship. There's already like an awareness and a knowing that it's like at any point we can come back and revisit the contract. It doesn't have to be, this is what a relationship is and it has to be like this because it needs to be perfect, or this is what everybody else is doing, or this is how we need to be like viewed or seen. It's more so like, all right, how can we make each other happy? How can we be happy and support each other in our own individual journey? And it's like, all right, well, look, I really thought I could do this monogamy shit, but I really don't think I could do it. On some real shit, that allows the person to be able to be real with you and real with themselves to see if they can, as opposed to forcing most men, this is what I want. I want monogamy. All right, do you really want that man or do you not? For who he is or what he could do for you? So it's kind of like I said, if everybody has this whole thing where it's like my views on relationships or what I want from somebody is more self-sacrificing as opposed to you trying to meet them halfway, come together and add value, then it's like you're going to drag that relationship to the ground and blame the other person when it was really you and what you wanted out of the situation.
I like the part when you were saying that we don't have to monogamy. We might do
because that's a major thing. It's like, bro, like I'm tired of. Let's stop lying about it. Like if you and that's the thing. Too many people don't see real niggas, real pimps. But what's the magic power behind a real pimp? The fact that he can sit there and be authentic, be like, baby, this is how it's gonna be. You gonna stay with me or you out? Like, and it's kind of like a lot of women respect that type of power, and trust me, more women than not will fall into line if that's what you truly want or not. If you sitting here and faking an illusion, okay, that only lasts but so far. It reminds me of the Tower card in the motherfucking tarot. I speak in tarot, so we're gonna do this shit a lot. My favorite part about the tarot card, the Tower, is the fact that anytime something is built on faulty foundation, you will have your day. As no matter how hard you hold on, its day will crumble because initially it was built on faulty foundation to begin with. Are you building something solid and stable, or are you building sandcastles? So it's like people can hold on to people because of the money, because of the thing. Your shit is gonna crumble no matter how. Eventually the tires are gonna spin off and fall off. So this shit's just crazy.
A lot of craziness. So this is the part of the show we get into not your average questions.
Oh, the questions that we had?
You feel what I'm saying? So first question. What's the most difficult habit you tried to break?
You didn't answer this one.
Look,
you gotta go first.
I got you. I'm gonna go first. Sal, you go first, Sal.
Because you heard my answer.
Shit.
Sal, go first, Sal.
I'm gonna be honest, biting my nails.
Nah.
I'm gonna keep it real simple, biting my nails.
That's something simple that's hard.
Do you have anxiety?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't have what people describe as anxiety, I guess.
You never had an anxiety attack?
No. Maybe I have different, because I know there's lots of different forms of anxiety.
You don't ever feel like on edge or like?
Yeah, I always feel like I need to be doing something, I guess.
Yeah, that's anxiety.
I feel like I can never sit still. I mean, I know I have ADHD. I was diagnosed with that.
Trust me, it's a blessing and a curse because I have it too. Like it keeps me from like moving forward and pushing through, but at the same time, it's like I don't know how to sit the fuck down sometimes.
And then I feel like I'm a little bit too much of a perfectionist, and I feel like that's a little bit of anxiety.
With that. Yeah.
So like I don't know, maybe, but like biting my nails, like I've tried so many times. One time in my whole life, I bought some shit that I put on my nails that's supposed to
like that garlic shit.
Yeah, the stuff that you can't, and it actually worked. And then I grew my nails out
mad strong as hell. Yeah.
And then since then I just never
said
did it again.
Fuck it, I'm back on
Yo,
my
you
shit.
know, real shit. The only reason I get my nails done is because I do the same thing too. Yeah. Getting my nails done gets in the way, but I'm my cuticles, not my nails.
I think bite my nails like the worst thing to do, and I wish I could stop, and it's hard. And
you always feel like you gotta snack and like chew gum and like snack on shit. Yeah.
That should be like on a.
It's a simple answer, but it is real. Like it's definitely the hardest habit.
I go to one of the meetings, yo. Like, hey, I'm Sal. Hey, Sal.
I can't stop biting.
I can't stop biting my nails. Damn. What's the most difficult habit you tried to break? Telling people no.
Yo, I was just thinking that.
I think that like that's like my one thing that even if I know I can't do it, I'll be trying my hardest to figure a way out because I don't know, I have like a syndrome where like I feel like I gotta be not the hero but like the man. You feel what I'm saying? Like that shit been a pressure on me my whole life. So like whenever anything come up, I'm pressuring myself to make sure it gets done. Like even if it fuck up what I got going on, like I could be dead broke and somebody could hit me like, yo, Ty, I need some bread, bro. Like I'm gonna figure a way out to get it to them, even if I ain't got it. So I'm saying like I'll be broke for the rest of the week to make sure you good. You feel what I'm saying? Or go out my way and do different things and fuck up my whole schedule just so it could fit you in. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like I do that for anybody that's really close to me. You know, for me that I got real love for. I do that for any and everybody. Like fuck what I got going on, yo. If you ain't good, I can't function right. Like you know what I'm saying? Knowing that you fucked up, so I'm gonna figure it out. And I feel like that's something that I've been trying to do this year. Trying to say no hasn't worked yet, but you feel what I'm saying? I think that that's like my biggest habit, that I just can't say no to the people I love or the people that I have care for. You feel what I'm saying? Like even when they not even asking nothing crazy, you feel what I'm saying? Like I just got to do it. I just feel like it's in me. I have to get it done. That's what it was. What's yours?
I got a new one.
Damn.
I feel like I struggle with analysis paralysis, where I will be so in my head overthinking a situation that I'll stop myself from even like moving on it or like taking action or allowing myself to even turn it from a thought to an action. Yeah, so just overthinking situations. Yeah. No, I can see that.
I can see that though. I feel like that's in you.
Yeah. So to balance that out, because sometimes you could really get in your own way just overthinking some shit like that.
Let's go to the second question. Use a movie title to describe your sex life.
Damn, I still can't find a regular. I made up my own. He didn't let me make my own.
No, make your own up. Fuck it. Just make your own up. I said
The Diaries of a Player Slayer. That's it.
That just sounds like some very sick shit going on over there. I don't even know.
Yo, I'm really trying. Yours was so good. How you come up with that so fast?
Which one? Oh.
You know.
Too Fast, Too Furious? I was trying to think of something new, that's why.
Yeah, I'm like, how you come up with that so fast? I can't even think of something.
I don't know. Just came to me.
Well, I'm trying to think. Damn. What can I...
What's a movie title that's given like Dry Desert?
Sandlot.
There you go.
That's the movie title?
There, it's empty.
Damn.
Kitchen's closed.
Kitchen closed?
You can't even come in this bit.
Shit. I'm gonna probably say, oh damn, I can't think of an actual movie that I probably would do.
Yeah.
I'll probably say like Body Snatcher or some shit like that.
Is that a real movie title?
I don't know. It probably is. That sound like a fucking
Snatcher.
a motherfucking a joint like that, but I don't know. I feel like it's in that realm. Whatever that would sound like, that's where it's at. Yeah. Like when the ghost leave the body, like that type of shit I'll put there.
You gonna have to do a lot of zoom ins on my face throughout.
That's what I'm putting there. You feel me? I'm putting that one right there.
I thought you was gonna pick Raw.
What?
Hey, you know what's crazy? Yo, don't do that. Cause the homies gonna be in there like, yo, this nigga is crazy, bro. Nah, son. They know Todd. I'm like, yo, nah, it's crazy. I don't be doing that. Stay safe.
Stay safe, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Protect yourself.
If y'all having fun, You know how the vibe go. But you know what I'm saying? Stay safe.
And your energy, because you know them sexually transmitted demons are real too.
No, stay away from them ones. You feel what I'm saying? From them ones. You know the ones. Look. It be the ones. You know what's crazy is? It be the ones that be telling you about that, all that spiritual and.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
They be right with it. You be like, damn, she ain't talking about myself. And then Next thing you know, everybody crazy.
Is that what it is? Because I feel like I've heard that, or maybe like Brent Fire said that in his song about being like an empathetic narcissism. Empathetic narcissist or empathetic narcissism.
Yes.
Where it's like you basically prey on somebody and match their energy just to kind of yeah.
That's exactly what
some people call it energy vampires. You know, they have just all different names for that. But yeah,
craziness.
Sometimes when we talk about like men or like dynamics and shit, you be trying to avoid the fact that these motherfuckers is out here.
I just thought of another funny movie title.
Go ahead.
Ghost Dad.
Yo, no, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yo,
the art is fire.
Yo, that's mad funny.
That's a good one.
Nah, but if I had to make one up and not use like an actual movie title, I'll probably do like Same Shit, Different Day.
I'm done with his fucking movies. You gonna get yourself in trouble.
We putting that shit on the t-shirt. Same shit, different day. Feel what I'm saying? But we gonna get to the show's favorite question.
Favorite question?
Would you smoke crack for 5 years?
Nah.
Or do 5 years in federal prison? Max security. You know what I'm saying? What you doing?
I never been in prison. I've been in jail. I feel like she'd be good in jail.
I would.
She would definitely be good.
What about prison?
They gonna love me.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be the same shit.
You'd be
she
good.
would attract good energy. She would.
Yeah.
She attract
I would
energy.
bring the shit together like, yo, we ain't never had so much fun in jail. For real.
She be the one in there? Yeah. She like, fuck it, I ain't got smoke crack. We gonna be having a good time for these 5 years.
She would definitely be the OG.
5 year bid ain't about shit, right? Push up, sit ups you out.
Yeah. They be like, damn, she helped me get my degree. She helped me fucking, like,
you know what I'm saying? Find myself. You know, she talking about my energy and shit.
It would probably be like, you know how like we have like purposes, like a specific mission in my life. Just, I'll do with that.
Like, I'm good, but I know I'd have to fight. There'd be a lot of fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch my back. Like, there's a lot of
people holding me down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, I'm just gonna feel me. I'm just trying to do some push-ups, sit-ups, and get up out of here, man. I ain't really trying to get involved.
I was about to say, you smoking a crack?
Hell no, I ain't smoking crack. Hey, he ain't going to jail. He said, fuck that.
Fuck that. 5 years is a long time, bro.
Life is different after 5 years.
Yeah, at least I can at least watch my nephew grow. I'll be a crackhead, but I can watch him go to school. I go pick him up.
Like, yo, we out,
high, but I'm gonna be there.
You know what I'm saying? Damn. No, it's crazy.
I ain't missing shit, bro. I ain't going to prison for 5 years.
Damn.
I'd rather just smoke the crack and then just deal with however I gotta get off that shit.
By any means.
Yeah, I'm be like, yo, just come visit a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Keep that money on my books, you heard?
5 years is long. After like 2 years, you'll be bleeding. Like, damn, I should have just smoked that crack.
Yo. I was thinking, I'm like, all right, so what happens after the fucking 5 years? Because aren't you going to be hooked at that point?
Yeah. You can either get clean or you going to be a crackhead.
They going to send you on the 4th year in rehab?
You don't just no one just comes home from prison and they're good.
Yeah, you can be a whole different person too.
Now you in the system, they come and watching you, they got people knocking on
Nah,
the
they
door.
got to be able to kind of like give you a pass because
now you on the papers and shit.
Word, you on papers for the next 10 years. You fucked up.
If at the end of the 5 years I know like the crack is just over and I'm sober again, then definitely.
But you don't know what you did in that 5 year span on crack. You know how much shit you could have done? You seen some crackheads' lives. I seen them go clean the dirty, man.
This is how I look at it, though. Like, if people get addicted to crack that easy, it must be good, so.
Yo.
Nobody get addicted to prison.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
I know some niggas addicted to prison.
Your shit gonna go beyond 5 years at that point.
Yeah, he might be over with.
You gonna be at it to the day, like.
Damn.
You don't even know what type of crack we talking about.
You got that 80s crack?
Nah.
That's that pure. The pure crack. You know when they first dropped it in the hood?
It was 2020. You
know what I'm saying? They getting that now. This shit, they got some fentanyl on that shit. I ain't fucking, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I want to thank y'all again for tuning in to another episode of Not Your Average Fan. You feel what I'm saying? I want to thank our guest, Knotty. You feel what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me.
She going to be on this show more often with our relationship talks. And I guess we're going to have to talk about, you know, toxic masculinity next. You feel what I'm saying? What we doing wrong, like we out here doing anything wrong, you know what I'm saying?
He's always downplaying it though.
I be chilling, bro. I don't be knowing it.
He be on some like black men don't cheat, like he's like the representative, like he speaks for everybody
I'm just a chair member, you know what I'm saying, of the board. I'm just speaking honesty.
We're gonna expose truths.
I'm just being honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all my friends, you know what I'm saying?
Until the next one.
You feel me? We up out of here.
Time for president.
Pay attention. Not. This is a speed right here. Not your average. Not. Why you ain't tuned in? Not. Podcast.
All right, yo, this is gonna be a good one.